Hi everyone, I'm Lori Little, the author of the 21 Principles of a Healthy Single Mom, and I want to welcome you to day 9 of our daily Hope for Single Moms. And I still feel like I'm supposed to keep telling you story after story after story about how good God is, what an amazing husband He is to you when you ask Him to be one, the miracles that God did for me and for Eric. But there's one in particular that I want to share with you, and it's probably the first time I put the Lord to the test on this one. And maybe a lot of you can relate to this one, but my car was getting very old as a single mom, and it just came to the day where smoke was blowing out of the back of it, and it was just every bit of that week was so overwhelming being a single mom, and that was just the last straw. And I remember pulling into my garage, turned the car off, just ready to break down and cry. In fact, I probably did. I turned the car off, and I was extremely angry, just so mad that all this was going on. And I remember I got out of the car, I slammed the door, and I started walking towards the door to go into the house. And I remember just throwing my hands up in the air, and maybe that was the key. Threw my hands up in the air, and I said, you know what, God, if you're my husband, because I was reading Isaiah 54:5, the Lord your maker is your husband, and I'm trying to believe all this. And I finally just said, you know what, God, if you're my husband, you fix the car. I'm absolutely done with this. And I remember starting to walk up the steps, and I just heard the Holy Spirit inside of me. Now, when you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you ask the Holy Spirit into your life, He lives inside of you. He lives inside your heart, and you hear those voices from way deep within your heart. I don't hear them out here, but just way deep within my heart. And I just heard that in my heart, and I heard God say, I would be glad to take care of that for you, Lori. I remember just stopping dead in my tracks, just thinking, okay, who is this? and I knew that it was God inside of my heart speaking to me, and I just stopped and I said, okay. And I heard the Lord say, I want you to go and walk around your car 7 times. And, you know, you might think, well, that's crazy, but I was just reading in the Bible, probably, you know, the day before, even that very morning, about how the men marched around Jericho. God gave them instructions to walk around Jericho 7 times so the wall would come down. And I said, okay, I remember reading that in the Bible. I'm going to give this a try. And I did. I just walked around the car 7 times. I think I was probably just praying, and I got done walking around 7 times, and the Lord just said, I want you to put your hands on your car, and I want you to just pray until you feel released. And that's what I did. I just prayed over the car, asked God to fix it, thanked Him for being my husband, and I went in the house and I went to bed. And remember, it was a Friday night, because on Saturdays when my son Eric is over at his dad's, you know, every other weekend, that Saturday morning I love to get up and drive down to the gas station and get one of those really great cappuccinos. So I remember I went to bed and I was so peaceful, because here I am thinking I don't have a car anymore. Now I have to get a new car because this one's just gone. And oh, just to let you know, I had taken it into the car shop before that. Maybe it was like on a Thursday. I took it into the car shop, and they told me, they're like, lady, this thing's about ready to go, and it'll cost you more to repair it than your car is even worth. So there you go on that one. So I remember Saturday morning came, and it was early, and I woke up, and I just had this tremendous peace about me. I said, all right, I'm going to go in my car that didn't work last night, and I'm going to go get my cappuccino. And I opened the garage door, and I got in the car, I put the key in, turned it on, and just went whoosh, like it was a brand new car. I kid you not, ladies. I kid you not. There was never smoke coming out of the car again. It was literally fixed. And I just knew God fixed it. I just knew He did. That's why I had such a peaceful, nice rest that night. And I was eagerly awaiting Saturday morning to get and turn it on to see what God was going to do. But I remember even taking it back to the car shop for them to look at, just because I'm thinking, okay, this was a miracle, and I just need someone to verify this. Well, even the people at the shop, and they're actually Christians, they just looked at it and they just went, your car's fine. How did you do this? And I told them I just literally prayed over it. And it's so funny is that when customers come in and situations like that to them, they just said, you know what, we just had a lady pray over a car and God fixed it. Why don't you try that instead of, so just all that to say, God's such a good husband. But remember what I said to him. I said, if you're my husband, you fix it. And God proved to me he is my husband, and his word is true. In Isaiah 54:5, the Lord your maker is your husband, and he wants to take good care of you. He loves you. He wants to bless you. He wants to give you everything you need. He wants to take care of you. It's just up to us to ask. Time and time again, I remember when I first became a Christian, I remember standing in the new little apartment I had to move to out of my house, and I was cooking, and I think I was just probably crying. I think I was talking out loud to God, you know, for some of the first times, and I just heard this, I love you, Lori, and I'd look at her all going, oh my gosh, God's just so real. I mean, he's here with me, he's real. And the more I got to experience these things like this with God, how real and active he is in his life, the more I just depended on him. Every step, every answer I needed, I would say, God, what do I do? How do I do this? What about this? And I remember one time when I was just first experiencing these things with God, Eric had one of those brand new airplanes, you know, winded up. It was one of those superpower airplanes, and we were playing with it, and it flew. I mean, that thing took off, flew into the woods, and of course it was like the first time he flew it, so it flies away, now it's lost, right? So he's freaking out, so I'm like, don't worry, God will show us where it's at. And we just walked over to the field, and I just said, God, where is Eric's plane? And I heard inside, turn to the right. Turn to the right. We walked down a little bit, and sure enough, it was kind of stuck in the woods, but sure enough, there was Eric's plane. You know, he just provided for me every time that we needed. I remember opening my pantry sometimes saying, okay, God, you're my husband, we need food. Or opening the checkbook, okay, God, you're my husband, you pay these bills. It would come. The food would come. Money would come. I can't even explain it to you. But I just want to encourage you. God's a miracle worker then in the Bible, and he's still a miracle worker today. He wants to work miracles in your life. You're his bride. You're the queen to the king of the universe when you ask him into your life. God is a good, 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 good God. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 10. And hey, start giving me your feedback on this. Do you like these messages? I'm getting a lot of positive responses from them, but what do you want to see? I know I have some different ideas of weekly things I want to do with tips and testimonies and to help you make your life easier and encouragement messages, but I'm really interested, what do you want to see? So if you'll respond to this video, tell me the things that you want to start seeing, and we'll start making those things happen, because my whole desire is to encourage you. So thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow, and God bless.